committee members. This is the standing committee that is going to be extremely powerful in the current scenario in the MCD. So today, 207 councillors cast their vote. 6 members will be elected in the standing committee. Ishika joining us live with more inputs. Ishika, this is the standing committee election we are talking about. We are already done with the mayor and the deputy mayor amidst a lot of drama, but similar is the scene here as well. The process has been rather arduous, with the parties continuing to heckle with each other even this time around.
Well, yes, Afrida, absolutely. We know, yesterday also and day before yesterday also, we saw very upsetting visuals that came to light from the very floor of the House on this election of the members of the standing committee. Clearly, we can clearly understand what is the importance of standing committee by that, because remember, standing committee is the main executive body, and that is why, the chances are here of, getting seats, in fact, getting the 6th member of the standing committee to Aam Aadmi Party or the BJP is very slim. That is why even one vote matters. So I would like to show you directly the visuals from the floor of the House. Let me show you. You can clearly see on the sides are in fact the BJP councillors who are protesting. Protesting against what a mayor had declared one vote invalid, because they are alleging that vote was valid and that was of a BJP councillor, and that vote is clearly not invalid, and that is why they are alleging that the mayor is intentionally doing that. You can clearly see these are the BJP councillors who are standing on the sides, and they are continuously raising slogans against the Kejriwal government. They are raising slogans against the mayor. They are in fact also, my VJ will try to zoom in and show you that they are in fact showing the placards as well, demanding that the results be declared. In fact, the results that the election officer, the municipal commissioner, has in fact given to the mayor should in fact be declared. We also showed you continuously, we are showing you, the dramatic visuals that is coming from the floor of the House, where we also saw that in fact the municipal secretary and the mayor got into a very heated argument over in fact, declaration of the results, because mayor is saying that, she cannot turn the invalid vote valid, and that is why she also in fact announced that there will be recounting. But then we saw how the BJP protest only intensified here, after which the mayor said that there will be no in fact recounting and the results will be declared with one invalid. But yet what we are seeing, and my VJ will show you that very dramatic visuals coming in. Here you can clearly see tussle going on between in fact the Delhi police personnel and in fact the BJP councillors who were protesting, because the personnel had formed a human chain and the BJP councillors are trying to enter the well. Here you can clearly see, Afrida, live visuals from the floor of the House. You're seeing that there is a tussle that is going on at the very moment between the BJP councillors. You can see, because what they are trying to do is trying to enter the well and then protest there. But the personnels, the marshals that are deployed here, they're trying to stop them. Clearly, you can clearly see how, in fact, many of the public properties are in fact getting destroyed in the very tussle. We are showing you the live dramatic visuals that we are showing you. Tussle between the BJP councillors and the marshals that have been deployed here, while the mayor is still trying to pacify this protesting crowd. Now, what we were seeing, the protest has turned violent, Afrida, and we are showing you from the ground zero. You can clearly see how the BJP councillors were in fact also trying to attack the mayor, and the mayor has left the chair here. Very dramatic visuals that we are showing you at the very moment. They're trying in fact to go in fact out of the House, and in fact the marshals are stopping them. Very dramatic visuals, Afrida, that we are showing you from the floor of the House. They're trying in fact and the BJP councillors here. Now, in fact, we are also seeing that the Aam Aadmi Party councillors are in fact making videos of this. And you can clearly see that the bottles are being hurled at each other. You can clearly see in the very dramatic visual that we are showing you, in fact, tussle that is going on. In fact, bottles are being hurled at each other. Destruction of public property that we are seeing at the very moment. Now these were the very protesting, councillors who have in fact stood at who were standing at the desk, but now they have turned completely violent here. Dramatic visuals coming in, and the marshals are desperately trying to stop them from doing this, while the Aam Aadmi Party councillors are in fact currently recording the videos of this, is what we are showing you at the moment here. All these Aam Aadmi Party councillors are standing on the desk and making the videos here. Very upsetting visuals that is coming in light here from the floor of the house. Very shameful visuals of Frida that is coming to light here from the very floor of the house. Definitely a disgrace to the democracy, and would have definitely made the people of the Delhi very upset over this. But that is what we are showing you. These are the councillors of Frida that the people of Delhi diligently
Hold your breath. To catch your breath, I'm just recapping for our viewers what is playing out right now. Ishika, coming back to you in just a few seconds while you catch your breath. This is the scene from the MCD House. Counting of votes to elect the standing committee members of MCD has concluded. Post that, this is the scenario that is going on. With the members, with the councillors heckling, pushing each other. Very, very familiar scenes by now. We have seen this literally going on for the last 3 days. Ishika has been reporting relentlessly on it. What we also saw was that the mayor had to be taken out. In fact, I saw her being heckled as well, live as Ishika was reporting. Ishika, Mayor Shelly Oberoi seemed to have a really tough time getting out of this scenario. I saw her being pushed and heckled as well. That's the level that the councillors have stooped to at this point of time. What is going on, Ishika?
Yes, Afrida, as you rightly said, that this is the new law that these councillors have stooped to, and these are the councillors that the people of Delhi voted for. These councillors that have turned completely violent, and massive fight between the BJP councillors and the marshals here. Many of the Aam Aadmi Party councillors also have joined the tussle, as we are continuously showing you, Afrida, from the very visuals. Very disgracing picture of democracy that is coming to light from this floor of the house. You're seeing that councillors are being heckled. There is a complete tussle, scuffle between the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party councillors. We're showing you the visuals how, in fact, councillors are in fact heckling each other. Even the women councillors, Afrida, are involved in this. So bottles are being hurled at each other. This is the new law in democracy that we have reached. You can clearly see that the police personnel all have entered here, and they're trying to stop these councillors from portraying this picture. But definitely there is no end to this. We also showed you in our very live visuals how one of the councillors even broke the laptop of that is clearly in fact destruction of the government property that comes directly from the taxpayers' money, the taxpayers who elected them. And this is the new law. We are continuously showing you how there is heckling going on. You can clearly see physical fight, massive fight that is going on between the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP councillors here just at the well. You're seeing the very dramatic, disgracing visual that is coming, that we are showing you live from the floor of the house. And the marshals are continuously trying to stop them, but you can clearly see all the Aam Aadmi Party workers, the councillors in fact, who were in fact recording the videos here, they have also joined this scuffle. And
Yes.
you can clearly see, in fact, we are trying to show you how in fact the councillors are being heard. The women councillors also, Frida, you're seeing, are present up, in fact actively participating in this scuffle. So very disgracing picture, Frida, that has come to light.
And this has
Over to
been
you.
going on, and this is the third day in a row, Ishika, that you're reporting with these kind of visuals and the chaos. Yesterday, it was with regards to carrying mobile phones inside the house during the election of the members of the standing committee. It went on till late night. BJP alleged that during the secret voting, AAP councillors were taking photographs of the ballots through their mobile phones, which is in violation of rules. That was the issue yesterday. Today, it seems, Ishika, some provocation during the counting of votes that happened, where Shelly Oberoi declared a certain vote invalid, owing to which I believe some chaos started. Can you tell us what was the provocation really, how pandemonium broke loose?
Hello, check 1, 2, 3, check.
Yes, Frida, you know, today the issue that was here that the mayor declared one of the votes as invalid. Now that vote was of the BJP councillor. After that, we saw that the BJP councillors started protesting against that. They said that the result has already been given by the municipal commissioner, where it is clearly mentioned that 3 of the candidates of the BJP are winning. But in fact, Shelly Oberoi, the mayor, is in fact not declaring that result, but instead she is, in fact, you know, a valid vote. She's declaring it as invalid. After that, we saw, you know, mayor trying to, in fact, you know, pacify that fight. But then again, you know, it turned into a scuffle that we are showing you right now.
हम बैल में नहीं गए, इन्होंने जबरदस्ती जब रिकाउंटिंग करी तो हमने उसका विरोध करने मंच में गए। इतनी देर में इनके महिलाओं ने, इनके पुरुषों ने हमारी महिलाओं के साथ मारपीट करी। खूब आतंकवादी है। मीनाक्षी हमारी पार्षद है नारकली से, उसके चोट आई, खून निकला उसके। मैं रवि नेगी हूँ, रवि नेगी विनोद नगर से 198 से पार्षद हूँ, पूर्व में विधायक लड़ा था।
The chaos and commotion in the MCD House following the conclusion of counting of votes for the standing committee members. The standing committee is extremely crucial in the Delhi MCD since they call the shots on several financial matters. Therefore, this kind of a tussle between the BJP and the AAP councillors. Similar tussle was witnessed during the mayor and
मैं तो कहती हूँ उसे इस्तीफा दे देना चाहिए। इतने पक्षपाती ढंग से 4 घंटे आई नहीं उस लेडी को, और वो इतना पक्षपात कर रही है। जब हमारे कमेटी में लिख के चले गए कि 3 हमारे जीत गए हैं, 3 उनके जीत गए हैं शांति से, उसके बाद उनको मैसेज आता है उस केजरीवाल के नीचे बैठे दुर्गेश पाठक जी वहाँ से मैसेज करते हैं, फोन चलाती रहती है, रिकॉर्डिंग्स है मेरे पार्षदों के पास। तब झूठे चल रहे हैं, हाथापाई हो रही है अभी, क्योंकि पक्षपात चल रहा है, एक पार्टी को लेकर चल रहा है। जब रिजल्ट वो डिक्लेयर कर गए तो वो क्यों नहीं बोलती? रिजल्ट बना बैठा अनाउंस नहीं करती, उसके बाद अनाउंस करती है झगड़े के लिए। क्या नाम है आपका? मेरा नाम मीनाक्षी शर्मा, अनारकली वार्ड 208 से नगर सेविका हूँ, पर उनके
Okay, so you have councillors from both sides giving their version. Meanwhile, look at what is going on. These are live pictures from inside the MCD House playing out on your screens. One councillor is being made to lie down on a table, probably is feeling unwell. One can see that the person has sort of fainted and he's being helped out by other councillors. We are yet to identify the person in question, but here is a case of a councillor literally fainting there inside the house, the others around him trying to help out. But before this, chaos, commotion, what we saw, members coming down to blows. This is absolutely shameful. These are the elected councillors of the MCD. The issue is with regards to election of the standing committee. 6 members of the standing committee is to be elected. The voting concluded, the counting concluded.
यही अगली ने बिल्कुल अनाउंस कर दिया कि यही रिजल्ट माना जाएगा, और उस एक वोट की कीमत हमें पता है, क्योंकि हम इतना चीज को रैलिश कर रहे हैं। मेयर का चुनाव वो जीते, हम सबने बधाई दी, उप मेयर का जीते, हमने बधाई दी। अरे अब तो बराबरी की बात की। अगला एक और चुनाव सर पे खड़ा था, ये हरकत करने की क्या जरूरत?
सुप्रीम कोर्ट जाएंगे उस इनवैलिड वोट के लिए?
क्यों नहीं जाएंगे? हमें कौन रोक रहा है? सारे हक उन्हीं को है गलत काम करने के। हम तो सच्चाई की बात कर रहे हैं। आप लोगों में अगर दम है तो ये सच्चाई आप सब चैनल्स पे दिखाइए।
हम लाइव चला रहे हैं, आप लाइव है टाइम्स नाउ पर।
घर तक पहुंचनी चाहिए ये सच्चाई कि किस तरह महिलाओं को इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं वो, किस तरह की भाषा बोल रहे हैं वो। अरे वो कह रही है मैं डबल PhD हूँ। कोई पढ़ा लिखा आदमी कभी भी एज के लिहाज को नहीं भूलता। हमारे निगम सचिव उनके बाप की उम्र के होंगे, वो किस तरीके से डांट के फटकार के बात कर रही है। दफा हो जाइए, मेरा निर्देश।
We'll get another version. Ma'am, you got injured. Please show. आप दिखाइए एक बार कहाँ चोट लगी है आपको. So you can clearly see that the blood is gushing out of her hand, and this is a clear injury shine. आप BJP से हैं मैडम?
जी।
क्या नाम है आपका?
मीनाक्षी शर्मा।
क्या हुआ था, कैसे आई चोट आपको?
हमारी जो ये मेयर बनी है ना, 2 नंबर के काम कर रही है, 2 नंबर के।
2 नंबर के काम कर रही है?
जब हमारे डिक्लेयर कर चुके हैं कमीशन के, आज से 5:30 बजे 6 बजे डिक्लेयर हो चुका था कि 3 मेंबर हमारे जीते, 3 उनके जीते।
किसने डिक्लेयर किया?
लिख के गए हैं इलेक्शन कमीशन के, साइन करके गए हैं। उसके बाद वो उसका रिजल्ट को डिक्लेयर नहीं कर रही, जानबूझ के हमारे एक वोट को इनवैलिड करवा रही है। हम उसकी डिमांड कर रहे हैं कि वो इनवैलिड नहीं है। यहाँ के सचिव कह रहे हैं वो वोट वैलिड है, उसके बाद वो कह रहे हैं कि इनवैलिड है। उसके बाद अपने ही आदमी से कहती हैं पीछे से लेके भागो, आप इसे रिकाउंटिंग करवानी है। उस रिकाउंटिंग को रोकने के लिए हम ऊपर चढ़े तो उनके पार्षदों ने मेरे को गलत टचिंग भी करी और उसके बाद किसी नुकीली चीज से
मारा आपको? ये कैसे? किसी ने ब्लैक चलाया? क्या हुआ था
ये मुझे नहीं पता, धक्का मुक्की थी, पर मैं उसको जैकेट पहनी हुई है ब्लैक कलर की, शक्ल से पहचान जाऊंगी।
आपके ऊपर अटैक किया सीधा
मेरे पे ही हुआ है। अब वीडियो फुटेज देखिएगा वहाँ पे।
हमने और भी वीडियो फुटेज देखी है मैम। बाएं तरफ से हाउस के बीजेपी के लगभग 20 से 30 काउंसलर मेयर के डेस्क पे चढ़ गए हैं। क्या ये भी जायज है? आपका जो चोट लगना है मैम, ये एकदम नाजायज है, ये एकदम इलीगल है। कैसे वो जायज ठहराइए?
लेकिन ऊपर चढ़ना इसलिए जायज है कि उनका नाजायज तौर से वहाँ से पेपर्स लेके जाना वो नाजायज है।
So joining us is Kamaljeet Sehrawat as well. She is one of the standing committee candidates. She is one of the 3 candidates. मैम, ये चोट लगी है, इतना बड़ा फिर से बवाल मच गया अंदर में।
Ishika, once again, Ishika, this is the 3rd day of chaos. Absolute pandemonium is what we witnessed. We are now looking at visual of one councillor who apparently fainted, who was being helped out by his colleagues. Tell us more about what is going on right now. Some women councillors are claiming they are injured. There was bloodshed today. We saw a lady displaying her hand as well with her injury.
Showing you the live visuals from here, and we'd like to show you how one of the councillor has in fact fainted here amid all this tussle, amid all the scuffle that was going on the floor of the house. And we showed you, in fact, we are trying to show you how in fact the women councillors are in fact actively participating in this. You know, they are hitting each other, they are dragging each other, and the worst visual today, Afrida, that we saw, you know, that these councillors, some of the councillors, they in fact also attacked the Mayor Shelly Oberoi, who herself is a female. She was in fact dragged by her hair. Very disgracing visuals, you know, that we are getting you from the floor of the house. Definitely a disgrace to the democracy. These are the councillors that are elected by the people of Delhi, and this is what they are doing, destructing, you know, the government property. In fact, the mic was also broken by some of the councillors. The laptop we showed you in the live visuals, how it was thrashed, and in fact, you know, it was broken by the councillors, by the angry councillors, and you're clearly seeing that the tussle is still going on. The tussle between the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP councillor is still going on, even though, you know, many of the councillors have been moved out of the house by the marshals. Here we are clearly seeing that there are many who are still present, and in fact, you know, right now we are showing you that there is a verbal spat, but just a while ago we showed you how it turned completely violent. I'm asking my cameraman to in fact zoom in on the visual, zoom in and show you that there is still, these are the female councillors of Frida, you know, that are in fact engaging in a verbal spat right now, and many of these councillors were in fact very violent with each other. They were slapping each other, they were dragging each other, and we also saw, you know, how the other male councillors also were in fact, one of the councillors in fact fainted. The tussle, the scuffle that was going on between the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP councillors. The marshals who were trying to stop them, they also completely failed in it. There was a complete destruction that we witnessed from the floor of the house. Public properties were damaged. The laptops were trashed and broken. The mic was broken. And in fact, the mayor was dragged by her hair. So very visually disgracing visual, upsetting visuals, shameful visuals, Yafrida, that we are getting you from the floor of the house. This would have upset every citizen of Delhi here who voted, who diligently in fact voted for these people. These are the councillors who have stooped to a new low. And in fact, the worst part we are seeing is that the women councillors are also actively participating in this. What we witnessed today is nothing different what we witnessed just one day ago when we saw the ruckus that erupted on the very same issue of the standing committee elections, and today it erupted on the counting of the standing committee. Very disgracing visuals that we saw that day and today as well. We'll have to wait and watch when this drama stops, but definitely very shameful, Afrida, very disgraceful visuals that we are getting you live from the floor of the house. Over to you.
Nas was pulled by her hair. The newly elected mayor, in fact, had to go through that kind of humiliation. And you know what, Ishika, what is even more shameful here is that all this is happening in the greed for power, isn't it? This is all about 6 standing committee members who will have a lot of powers, who will have control over the finances, and therefore this tussle, ugly greed for power. Everybody wants to be in those positions, and the BJP and the AAP are at it with each other for the last 3 days in this ugly tussle for power.
Well, yes, Afrida, that day, just a day before, we saw, the ruckus, the scuffle, the protest that we saw erupted on the voting procedure of the standing committee members. And today, it was on the counting. Now, these BJP councillors were protesting that a valid vote, they alleged, was declared invalid by the mayor. And they said that the mayor is deliberately doing this to make the results go in favor of the Aam Aadmi Party. But slowly we saw, how that protest turned completely violent. We saw, in fact, the police personnel who were trying, to form a human chain and
आपको डिक्लेयर नहीं कर रही है और जिस प्रकार से असंवैधानिक काम कर रहा है भारतीय जनता पार्टी उसको होने नहीं देगी। लेकिन जिस प्रकार से यहाँ पे गुंडागर्दी हुई है, मारपीट हुई है, भारतीय जनता पार्टी इसको बर्दाश्त नहीं करेगी। हम कोर्ट जाएंगे, हमें जो संवैधानिक अधिकार होगा हम उसको करेंगे। लेकिन हमारी मांग सिर्फ इतनी है, जो इलेक्शन कमीशन ने कहा है, इलेक्शन कमीशन के अधिकारियों ने कहा है कि जो रिजल्ट कहा है 3 भारतीय जनता पार्टी के और 3 आम आदमी पार्टी के, वो इलेक्शन को उसको डिक्लेयर करना पड़ेगा मेयर को।
वोट इनवैलिड करार दिए गए हैं, उसको लेकर
सवाल इनवैलिड को नहीं है। जब इलेक्शन कमीशन ने कह दिया, इलेक्शन कमीशन के अधिकारियों ने कह दिया कि वो वोट वैलिड है और 3 कैंडिडेट बीजेपी के जीतते हैं, 3 आम आदमी पार्टी के जीतते हैं और 4था कैंडिडेट आम आदमी पार्टी का हारता है, उसको क्यों नहीं मान रहे? संवैधानिक संस्थाओं को क्यों नहीं मानते अरविंद केजरीवाल और गुंडागर्दी क्यों करते? सवाल ये है।
जिस तरह सदन की तस्वीरें सामने आई, उससे तो कभी एमसीडी शांतिपूर्ण नहीं हो।
अब ये ओनर्स पीठासीन अधिकारी के ऊपर है कि सदन को कैसे चलने देते हैं। लेकिन असंवैधानिक कार्य ना हमने कभी करने दिया था, ना हम करने देंगे।
So Ishika, what we saw are fisticuffs, we saw flinging of bottles and chappals and even half-eaten apples yesterday. Today, no better, it's even worse. In fact, one women councillor was showing how she got injured. She was speaking to the camera with her injured hand. So it seems that things are only getting worse. And all of this for those 6 seats in the standing committee, the apex body of the MCD. Who controls the MCD? That is what the fight is over. Look at that. I just saw a pulling of a hair. I mean, women there, the women councillors have stooped to the lowest of the low. These cannot be elected representatives. And Ishika has been saying this. I will repeat her words only, where she said that this is disgraceful, to say the least. And this is an ugly greed of power that is playing out, nothing else. This is all for those 6 positions that both AAP and BJP wants to have control over. These are 6 standing committee seats. These members will have control over MCD. It's the apex body of the MCD, and therefore this tussle. Ishika, over to you for the latest. Okay, while Ishika joins us, let me just recap for our viewers the election for the standing committee.
Yes, in fact, Afrida, we are showing you how, the BJP councillors have in fact returned. In fact, the BJP councillors have returned here inside the house, and you're seeing them that many of them have come back. These are the same councillors that in fact indulged in a massive physical fight that we showed to our viewers, very disgraceful fight visuals that we showed, and after that they were marshalled out of the house. But now they're coming back slowly. You can clearly see all of them right now are gathering near the well here. These are the councillors from the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP, and right now they are in fact indulging in a verbal spat, as we can show you. But very disgraceful picture that we saw, and this whole ruckus, this whole shameful act, we can say that we witnessed, that started when the mayor in fact announced one of the vote as invalid, and this vote was of a BJP councillors. And because we are emphasizing on this point that standing committee is a very integral part of the MCD, it is the main executive body, thus the chances of both the parties having the power here is very slim. That is why even one vote matters, and we saw how these protesting councillors in fact turned completely violent. We saw they in fact went into the well forcibly, and they also dragged the mayor by her hair. Right now you can clearly see the mayor is not there at the chair in fact, but these are the councillors that had indulged in the fight, and they are currently right now indulged in a verbal spat, verbal tussle what we are seeing here, because right now all those marshals had in fact marshalled out all these violent councillors, and they are slowly coming back. So we'll have to wait and watch when the house resumes, but definitely things are getting very worse, as you currently as you rightly pointed out. Very disgraceful pictures.
Ishika, continue to track the developments there. We leave you for now. Thank you very much for joining us with your energetic reporting on the events inside the MCD House. Thanks a lot.